Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Around the Association. Now, recently on the Pivot podcast, Big Snoop Dogg actually pulled up, and, he's a huge Lakers fan. The Lakers, they just, took their L. The Denver Nuggets really walking them back and sweeping them up in the series. And they're just waiting to see how things play out with Boston and Miami. But Snoop was actually speaking in regards to the whole Memphis situation and the way it played out with Dillon Brooks. And Snoop, even though, Dillon Brooks and LeBron got into it and, it was a lot of controversy. You remember the Shannon Sharp game this year where Memphis and LA, you could see that budding rivalry between those two franchises. But Snoop had this to say in regards to Dillon Brooks. Take a listen here.
Hey, and Dillon Brooks poked the bear too now.
Yeah.
He got honey all on his hands, don't he?
Boy. He ain't got no job either right now.
He'll be all right, though. He'll be all right because I like his spirit and I like the way he play. He reminds me of them old school NBA players. Right. So shout out to Dillon Brooks for being the villain. You know what I'm saying? We are real players around here, man. We want to see you get a job. We want to see you eat. We want to see you back in the league on the team because I love your spirit and I love the fact that you wear Snoop Dogg braids when you're out there.
Love it. Speaking of that, dude was a very important part of why that team ever got to where it was. And
they gonna find out when he's not there.
Yeah, and I feel like they fostered that culture there, and the fact that
they threw him out.
And they threw him under the bus.
Whoa, now, that's the feeling it sounds like with everybody there that, Dillon Brooks was thrown to the wolves after Memphis didn't succeed. They were okay with his hard-nosed, tough shenanigans, but once the Memphis got bounced, really, and he didn't play great, but it really wasn't his fault. I mean, the team lost something even from a year ago because the Ja incident, he got suspended. It was late in the season. He missed coming down the stretch. During that time, Jaren Jackson emerged even more, but then you bring Ja back. It's just, you can't just throw people back into the fray. And so that's what they were talking about. And Snoop actually spoke on that in regards to really Ja Morant at this stage not being ready to actually carry a city in that sense, to where he can actually live up to everything on the court and off the court that a franchise player has to do. And this is what Snoop had to say in regards to that.
When they really want to do that to the other one, but he's too big.
You can't do it. You can't do it to the star.
You can't. But at the same time, if the star ain't ready to handle a whole city, this a young man. He ain't ready to have the city on his back.
Yeah.
Like, you got to take on that role. When you become the face of the franchise, you got the whole city on your back. And sometimes we become that and don't understand what comes with that. Same with me. When I became Snoop Dogg, the big rapper, I didn't understand that I had all of this shit on me. I thought I could still go to the hood and still gang bang and do all the stupid shit. And it wasn't no social media back then.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine all the shit I did that you didn't see. So that's why I don't bash the youngsters when they make mistakes. I'm here to be, hey, it's okay. It's okay. Yo, your get back got to be way harder than the setback. What your get back look like?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Give them words instead of, man, why you fucking up, man? Uncle don't want to hear this shit about you on TV messing. I'm not that uncle. I'm your uncle that's like, it's all right. Shit, man, you ought to see what I did. Let me tell you how to get out of it. That's the kind of uncle I am because them the kind of uncles I had. My uncles was cool as a motherfucker. Let me hit the beer, hit the joint, but they would never let me do nothing that would fuck my life up. Just listen to what I said. They would let me dibble and dabble, but when they seen that I had something in me, if it was athleticism, get your ass out here and get on that football field. Get in that studio. Get your shit right, nephew. You got something we ain't got. That's my job.